When you practice a sport or an instrument, it's only natural that after a while you get tired. And we often see compassion the same way, thinking that when we offer consistent kindness to others, over time it's normal to feel fatigue. But that doesn't have to be the case. So if your caring is wearing you thin, you may need to re-examine your approach. The next 7 minutes are about supporting others in a way that doesn't deplete you. I'm Jay Shetty. Welcome to the Daily Jay. First things first, let's pause to get centered by taking 3 conscious breaths together. Inhaling and exhaling. Rising up on the inhale and relaxing on the exhale. Gathering up your attention and bringing it here to the present moment. So, I have this friend who's always struggling with something. Either he isn't feeling motivated at work, or he's concerned about his health, or his relationship is on the rocks. And I mean, I'm happy to be there as a support, but as much as I feel for him, sometimes I also feel worn out by him. I'm sure most of us have had that experience, where we show up repeatedly for another person, only to end up exhausted. Yet I realized that I wasn't feeling fatigued because of my friend. It was about me and how I was interacting with the situation. You see, I was attaching my empathy to an outcome and to my ego. Let me explain. In this kind of setup, it's easy to get completely entangled in another person's issues. Then we become frustrated if nothing changes. In other words, we're married to the outcome of our assistance. It's like I saw myself as his fixer. I made it my mission to solve his problems. And when he didn't take my advice, or when I didn't have a clear answer, it was a blow to my ego. Of course, none of that was actually helpful to my friend. It only served to stress me out. And sometimes we're depleted because we get emotionally invested, or from physically assisting them, from offering our guidance, or spending our energy, or helping them move each time they have a breakup. Now, there's a lot layered in there, and it can be tricky to figure out what's going on. But once you dissect what's draining you, then you'll know how to recalibrate. If you find that you've been overextending yourself emotionally, you can still show up for the person, just without getting inordinately invested. And if you've been doing too much for them, you can still exercise compassion, but maybe without always jumping in to offer assistance. I've come to realize that we often misunderstand what it means to practice genuine compassion. As the Buddhist nun Pema Chodron says, compassion is not a relationship between the healer and the wounded. It's a relationship between equals. The way I see it, compassion is more about holding a supportive space for someone and being present with them without getting attached to their issues. And if you discover that you're overly involved, it's about creating a little separation. Granted, that can be especially challenging if you're a caregiver or if you're high in empathy. But when you're feeling wiped out, it's best for everyone if you detach at least a bit. You can still be sympathetic as they complain, but you don't have to experience their pain. What it comes down to is this: when someone's struggling, be aware of how you engage. It's natural and good to feel for someone, but don't try to heal them. Go ahead and lend assistance, but try to keep a healthy distance. And with our time today winding down, let's meditate on that. So get comfortable wherever you are, coming to a position that affords you a sense of ease, and resetting your attention. Now, bring to mind someone you care about who's going through a challenging moment. Someone you have compassion for. Observe your emotional response and whether you feel attached to the situation. How have you engaged with this person? Are you centering them and what they need? Or have you gotten caught up in the outcome or your ego? Whatever you find, try not to judge or reproach yourself. Just use this opportunity to recalibrate. Whether you need to step back emotionally or physically, see if you can identify a truly sustainable approach to your support. And if you're feeling full of energy and availability, that's a beautiful thing. Now, to close, let's tap into some loving kindness. So continue to hold your friend or loved one in mind and send them all your warmth and care. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be at peace. No need here to be a fixer. All you have to do is spread the love. You can feel free to rest here for as long as you'd like, but this is where I sign off for the day. Remember, you can always favorite this Daily J if you think it could be useful to return to this session. Thank you so much for being here. See you again tomorrow.